Hello peers and tutor. Today I will talk about guidelines for English language teaching material should be attractive, guidelines 8 and 9. Guideline 8, English language teaching material should be attractive. When we discuss what is the correct material to be taught in a classroom environment, it is very important to keep in mind the following aspects. First is the physical appearance. It has to be with the first impression. So every teacher has to be concerned about having a safe, clean, comfortable and attractive classroom that can simulate learning and help building a classroom interactive of learners. But for many teachers, setting up the physical environment of the classroom can be quite daunting, especially when faced with older buildings, crowded classrooms, and insufficient storage space. In the same way, it is very important for teachers to present the learners a suitable and attractive teaching material that can catch their attention, a positive motivation by which they can be pleased at working on their activities. There are some factors to consider for language teaching material. It should be good to look at, the density of the text on the pages, the type size, the cohesion and consistencies of layout. Another aspect is user-friendliness. The material must give the learners comfortability so that they feel like they are talking to a friend. They can handle it easily to use, to understand, and to deal with. That is written in simple user-friendly language. The environment is adequate for listening and thinking activity. They can interact with a familiar language. We also have durability. A product made to withstand repeated use over a relatively long period, usually several years or more. It needs to be used more than one. It is to be used for many different students, so it can be robust enough to last the requirement distance. The final aspect is ability to be reproduced. Language teaching institutions lack their staff unlimited access to color copying facility. Material designers are produced with multicolor original, and from the photocopier emerge a class set of gray blurs. Guideline 9, English teaching material should have appropriate instructions. An appropriate teaching material has to be designed to promote and encourage effective teaching and learning experiences. It is an alternative channel of communication which a teacher can use to compress the information and make more vivid to his learners. Appropriate instructions have to help learners to make the acquisition of knowledge and skill more efficient, effective, and appealing. It has to facilitate learning and ensure active involvement of the students in the learning process. Instructions have to be written in language that is appropriate for the target learners. Now, I want to show you some images which give us an overview about language material becoming attractive when it is used in a learning environment. In image 1 represents a classroom which can simulate learning for the students. In the image 2 represents a student feeling pleased at using reliable material for his learning process. In image 3 represent the interaction between teacher and student in which the effective teaching and learning experience is given. And finally, image 3 is a representation of a multi-color original material that encourages students to work and develop skills in an efficient way. To conclude with this presentation, I would like to comment about the importance of providing an attractive English language teaching material. From my own perspective, English language teaching material may become attractive to learners when it can provide or give them an authentic cultural information, that the students feel that everything that surrounds them in their learning process has to be with their own reality, that it presents students a real language relating them to their own needs and support them with a more creative approach for learning. It is also important to take into account the simplicity of the material, like grammatical instructions, lexical items, the cognitive simplicity according to the age, education, interests of learners. Finally, teaching material has to encourage learner for pleasure, that its content or themes are of interest of all learners, so they can make the acquisition of knowledge and skill more efficient, enjoyable, and effective. Thank you for listening.